Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Y'all gotta forgive how I look. I know I look crazy, but y'all know I'm fighting off this COVID. You know, can't do nothing to me. You know, I'm built for it tough. You know, so I'm trying to get y'all this content. So I'm rumbling with it. The day is probably the best day I felt since I've learned I had it. So I'm trying to push forward, keep it moving, you know. Ever forward, never backward, like my boy Yardman say. So we here. And today I just wanted to drop a short one on you about this topic right here, man. John Coffey. John Coffey. How many of y'all seen the movie Green Mile? You know, you remember Michael Clark Duncan? You know, he was John Coffey. You know, he liked to drink but spelled different. Yeah, man. Well, let me tell y'all something about prison. And I don't know if it's like this in all prison, but I definitely know it's like this in Virginia prison. Coffee is one of the #1 commodities in prison. #1 commodity, and also one of the #1 troublemakers. I've seen so many dudes get hurt over coffee. So many dudes get beat up over coffee. Dudes get that Bethlehem in them over coffee. Dudes get the rumbling over coffee, man. Coffee is huge in prison. Huge. Coffee, dare I say, probably was even bigger than, you know, nicotine, bigger than cigarettes. When they took the cigarettes out of Virginia, dudes didn't even riot. They was upset, they was mad, you know, made some noise or whatever. They didn't even riot. I truly believe, without a doubt, had they take the coffee out of the system, dudes would have rioted. I just believe that 100% because there's so many people that use coffee. So many people that use coffee as a crutch. So many people that drink coffee on a daily basis. So many people that's addicted to coffee. So many people that use coffee for coping mechanisms, you know. And to be honest, at times I have used it myself. It was times where I drank coffee, you know, every day. You know, probably 2-3 cups a day, you know, and it was soothing, it was relaxing, it was something that, you know, kept me at an even keel, you know, stuff like that. But you got people who take it to the next level, man. You got people who, they live and die coffee, man. And when I tell you live and die, I mean, you know, you go to the store, you got a store limit of what you can buy, how much money you can spend. And you have dudes that go to the store and they spend their maximum on coffee. All they get is coffee. You know, just straight coffee. $150 worth of coffee, $200 worth of coffee. And they drink it all before our next store day. Absolutely drink it all before the next store, and be going and borrow more coffee and have to pay double. Their whole life becomes coffee, man. I don't know. I always used to say, man, coffee got to have some type of drugs in it. It's more than caffeine, because I've seen people do crazy things over coffee. I've seen dudes start a store box up with just coffee, and his store box becomes enormous, becomes huge, because the turnover ratio for coffee is always there. Everybody drink coffee. Black dudes, white dudes, Asian, Mexican, you name it, they all drink coffee. Coffee is universal in prison. You know, coffee is probably their biggest seller. Coffee is between coffee and ramen noodles will be prison biggest sellers. You know, so you got dudes that got addiction to it. You got dudes that drink it so much that when they don't have it, they catch headaches. You know, they have headaches, bad headaches, and they you know, be in a whole different mood, a whole different personality, a whole different vibe be with them when they ain't got no coffee. Whole facial structure change. They mad, they irritated, you know. And then you get dudes that hustle coffee on a regular. You get a dude that go buy a bag of coffee that might cost, $5, $6. You got a yellow bag. We got coffee in there called Keefe. I don't even know if they sell it out here. It's just it's a no-name brand, but it's the brand that we have. Our commissary is called Keefe. It's owned by Keefe, which is also owned by some of the, the majority owner of that is the Bush family. Go figure. The Bush family, right? President Bush and his wife. They own more stock in Keefe than anybody. It's almost like their company, which I think is a conflict of interest, but, going past that. The coffee they got is called Keefe. They got a blue bag and they got a yellow bag. The blue bag is cheaper than the yellow bag by maybe $1 and some change. The yellow bag is more richer and thicker, and the blue bag is a little less. Man, you got dudes that'll go there, they'll order the maximum of the blue bag, the maximum of the yellow bag, order someone else something else on commissary for them to order them the maximum just to even out the commissary purchase, and they swap out just so they can have all coffee and don't run out of coffee. Because when they run out of coffee, they miserable. When they run out of coffee, they irritated. When they run out of coffee, they ready to fight. Some, when they run out of coffee, they ready to take coffee. You know what I'm saying? As if this was money, as if this was gold. This is how serious coffee is in prison. Y'all remember I told y'all about my homeboy Savage. Shout out to him wherever he may be. I told you how Savage was about that coffee. He had to have it. He had to have it, and if he didn't have it, he would get irritated. If he asked you for it and he knew you had some, he would get irritated. He would get, have a problem with you because he couldn't get no coffee. You have dudes walking around all day and they say, give me a shot. A shot mean a cup of coffee. Man, let me get a shot, And they walk around with their cup in their hand, man. They walk around with their cup and let me get a shot. If they see you drinking, they pull up, let me get a shot of that coffee, man. But you also have dudes that turn it into a hustle. They'll go buy one bag of coffee, which is probably about maybe a little bit smaller than old Malcolm here. A little bit smaller. And they would take that coffee bag and don't even drink coffee. Maybe pay $5, $6 for it. And they'll take that coffee bag and open it up and get spoons out of it and put it in little fingers of little plastic gloves and make enough and twist it up and burn the end and make enough for just one cup of coffee. And they'll sell those couple of coffees for $1, right? When the bag in itself don't cost but $6. They will break that down and get 100, 150 little coffee shots out of that and sell them all. So you're talking about a bag of coffee that costs $6, they would turn that into $150. Entrepreneurship, hustling in prison. And dudes gonna come by because they'll run out of coffee and then they'll keep getting shots. They'll go borrow from the store man, store box man, go borrow from this person, that person, to go buy a shot of coffee because they need one so bad. And then they'll think, well, I don't need but one, and they'll do that, and then next thing you know, they want to borrow some more because they want another shot. When a whole bag is only $6, they're paying $1 for one cup. That's how great the addiction is in there for coffee, man. That I never had it that bad. First and foremost, I always had everything I needed. So I would always have coffee if I needed coffee. But if I didn't, I would never go to that extreme. I never bought a shot of coffee from anybody. Because if I didn't have it and I wanted some, I just went without. But you have dudes in there who don't have that discipline. They got to have it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got dudes that'll get mad about it and get upset about it if they see you drinking and you say you ain't got it to spare. Well, I can't get a cup, man. I mean, what? I ain't good enough for a cup of coffee. Yeah, they got a whole attitude about you, with you, about what's yours and how you want to distribute it. That's how serious that stuff is in there, man. I mean, it's real, real serious. And like I say, I've seen fights break out over coffee. I've seen dudes run store box with just strictly coffee. Dude might have 1,000 bags of coffee in his cell. He never runs out of coffee and don't even drink coffee. But he used coffee to loan out, to flip, and then he use coffee as currency. Somebody got a pair of tennis shoes, they sell it for $150. He'll use coffee as currency. Coffee is money. People can always buy coffee. It's always going to be a commodity because someone always wants it, and you can always double up your money with coffee. So you can actually take 20, 30 bags of coffee and go purchase some from somebody that they're selling, because that's how valuable coffee is in prison. Coffee is as big as the character John Coffee. That's how important coffee is in prison. And dudes, like I say, they get caught up over that coffee. They get lost in it. And man, it takes over them, man. It takes over them. I've seen dudes be sick, be like they on drugs. Like they literally on drugs because they can't get coffee. They be jovial and happy and be the one that's the most life of the party all day long. And then they run out of coffee and ain't nobody got no coffee for sale and they can't find no coffee. They walking around miserable, sluggish, back hunched over and everything. And it's all about coffee. Coffee, man. These are some of the craziest things that goes on in prison. That's a part of prison life, but out here to y'all, it may sound crazy, it may sound asinine. I used to say to myself all the time, you got people in there that love coffee so much, when they come out on the street and see Starbucks, man, they might live at Starbucks. They go to Wawa's, they might live at Wawa's, man. These people drink massive amount of coffees per day. I know dudes who drink 2 and 3 bags of coffee per day. Per day, and I just told you might get 150 shots of coffee out of a bag. So you do the math. All day long, boom, cup after cup, boom, cup after cup, boom, cup after cup. You got dudes who walk around, you won't even see them without their cup. Keep their cup. On them at all times, man. Like panhandlers, like, you got a shot, man, let me get a shot. Walk around all day and ask dudes for shots of coffee, Yeah, man, it's crazy. I know y'all listening to this, and y'all probably out there saying, coffee, man, for real? Yeah. When you have nothing, and that's what you have when you're in prison, nothing. You got to find some type of way to comfort you, some type of way to soothe you, some type of way to put your mind at ease. And for a lot of people, it's caffeine, it's coffee. I know dudes that got soda addictions. They drink the soda instead. But the coffee is the go-to in prison. Mostly everybody drink coffee. You run into very few people who don't. And the ones who you run into who don't drink coffee, the reasoning that they use that they don't drink coffee is because they see people get addicted to it. It's like drugs. It's like, man, I see this dude doing dope, man. I ain't trying no dope, man. He a dope fiend. I ain't trying no cocaine, man. He a cokehead. That's how they look at coffee when they come into prison and see dudes drinking it, and the way they drinking it, and the beefs and the fights and stuff over coffee. They don't want no parts of it. They don't even start drinking it, But you got them in there, they drinking from young to old, man. I'm seeing dudes in prison drinking coffee on a regular basis every day, 18 years old. And the same dude I see is 69, 70. Every day, coffee. Keep a bag of coffee on them at all times. They'll run out of food before they run out of coffee. Trust me when I tell you this is actual and factual. I remember a dude, they'll give you, some dudes will take coffee because they want it so much and they don't want to run out. They'll drink coffee, start drinking out of coffee, but they won't give you none. And you ask them for some, they'll charge you. Now, give me $1, I give you a shot. Or they'll wait till they get to a half a bag, and dudes keep asking for coffee. They'll say, look, I got a half a bag left. I give you the half a bag. You just give me a whole bag back. That's more or less like store boxing itself, because you're taking a half a bag, turning it into a whole again. So they'll give you a half a bag because you're going to keep coming back asking me, man, just go ahead and take this half a bag if you're going to give me a whole bag back. So now they'll do that, and then they'll go right in there saying bust open another new bag and start drinking on that, because they know they got a whole bag coming back and they only drunk half of it. So they done already flipped their profits. They done flipped their coffee. And a lot of dudes will do that, you know what I'm saying, because they get mad, because trust me when I tell you, it ain't no what you call it, being modest and none of that in prison. Dudes gonna ask you for everything you got. Man, let me get a bag of chips, man. let me get a soup or something, man, and don't have no intentions on giving it back. Like, let me get instead of let me borrow, or let me get this until store day. Dudes will say let me get, and then come store day, you be like, man, then I give you 2 soups. Yeah, you ain't asked for it back. I say let me get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, that's how it goes, man. It's crazy in there. So you can't be more or less, which is crazy, but you can't be more or less kind-hearted in prison because people will take cold advantage of you. They would take cold advantage of your kindness in there. They don't care. They would give. You could give somebody something today and they'll come back an hour later and ask for the same thing. Can you help me one more time? Come back later on that night. Can you hit me one more time, man? This is the last time today. You know what I'm saying? As if you know you coming back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be harsh. You got to be like, look, bro, I ain't got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, like I say, ain't nothing free in prison. But that coffee would drive a man insane. Yeah, I'm talking straight insane, man. I've seen dudes trade their food trays for coffee. We might get what they call a special meal for Thanksgiving, where they give us all this processed turkey and fake food, but it's more than what we usually get. Dudes will say, man, we got the Thanksgiving meal today, man. Who want my meal, man? I'm getting up my meal for a bag of coffee. And dudes will buy it. You know what I'm saying? Dudes keep coffee alone just for currency. You know, dudes may get state boots. You know, you can't get issued a pair of state boots but once a year. If you wear them out, put holes in them, whatever, that's it. You ain't getting no more for a year. Dudes might got a pair of state boots. They want to look fly. They want to keep a nice pair that look nice and neat and presentable for when they go to the visiting room. And they want to use their other ones to work out and jog and do whatever and just run through them and keep their tennis shoes intact. So they'll go purchase your state boots. Man, let me get them state boots, man. I give you 3 bags of coffee for them state boots. And a dude would sell his state boots knowing that he can't get another pair for a year and have to have a pair to turn in to even get those. He would sell them for coffee if he need coffee. You know what I'm saying? We got a special dessert on the tray. Man, I got 6 shots of coffee for the pot tot, man. Gone. Dudes get to fighting over who gonna sell it to him. Who gonna sell it to him? Man, I said I got it. No, you trying to cut my throat. And next thing you know, they rumbling out here about who gonna sell them their steak boots or sell them their pot tot or sell them their dessert so they can get the coffee. Real talk. This the insanity that's going on in prison. This the type of life you live when you locked up. This the type of stuff that becomes normality to you because you see it so much now it ain't even shock you no more. You know it's all about coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's all about coffee. And as I told y'all before, I had this selling man named Keith. This what brought this up in my mind because he called me last night. And Keith is 64 years old. Been locked up 30 years. You know, haven't had but one charge, I think, in the whole 30 years he been locked up. One institutional infraction. And that was because he wanted to go to jail because he wanted to get out the cell with the person he was in there with. And he refused to go back in the cell, so they give you a charge called disobeying a direct order, right? Other than that, no charges. He's a mild, humble dude, probably about 5'6", 130 pounds, 64 years old. That man lives, sleep, breathe coffee. I don't care what type of trade he got, he would trade it all for the right amount of coffee. I don't care what type of property he got, he would trade it all for the right amount of coffee. And he just is a coffee monster. I remember when he first moved in the cell with me, I told y'all he came in, he sat there and he answered, and he just waiting, and we waiting because we doing introductions, getting to know each other, saying who, what's what, you know, getting sale instructions all in order, and he just can't wait for the break so he could say, man, you got some coffee? And I said, yeah, and I ended up getting him coffee. He wanted another one, then another one. Then I ended up giving him a bag. He drank all of that before the next day. Love coffee. Whenever a good meal come on the pod or we got to go over to the kitchen, he already soliciting, trying to sell his trade for some coffee because that's how much he rather drink coffee than to eat. And the crazy part about it is, he would have coffee and have such a fear of running out of coffee that he would hide coffee from himself. He would hide it just to make sure that he still have some and don't run out before a store come and he can get some more. The man would go out in the party and ask everybody he see for a shot of coffee. Yeah, what you doing, man? What you doing, big dog? What you doing, big dog? He would put you in the mind of the way his body movement and the way he talk would put you in the mind of what's old boy Jamie Foxx played what's his name, man? The singer Ray Charles. Cause he moving around like he blind and nervous, but it's the coffee like, man, yeah, I see you, big dog. I see you, big dog. Let me get a shot. You got a shot of coffee? That's his whole angle. Everybody in the block started coming to me saying, man, yo, selling crazy, man. He'll come up on to talk to a dude all the time, man. He just aiming at an opportunity or a shot to ask a dude for a shot of coffee, man. That man crazy, man. But everybody liked him because he was a nice guy. He was kind and polite, and he don't mean nobody no harm. But man, he could not get that coffee thing under control. He got to have it. If he run out, he is miserable. He gets up in the bed, covered up, balled all up, and just sit there rocking. Normally when he got coffee, he up, he dancing all the time. He'll dance when the women come in and everything. And old cat can dance too, that's his thing. He would be so happy, everybody be laughing. Get a key, she coming in, she wanna see you dance. He start dancing and everything, and the women go crazy and everything, but he do all of that. That's his everyday life. Being happy, being fun, having fun. Don't got no coffee, he ain't got no energy. He don't want to get up, he don't want to talk, he don't want to do nothing. You walk in that cell, he laid up in that bed, I already know what the play is. I know what the mood is. I know he ain't got no coffee. You know, he just waiting on me to offer him some coffee. He waiting on me. And I used to tell him, because after I seen his addiction for coffee was so great, I used to tell him, bro, I'll help you with anything you need. You ain't got no food, I'm going to make sure you ain't going to starve. You ain't got nothing to drink, I'm going to make sure you got something here to drink. You ain't got nothing to wash your butt, man, I'm going to make sure you got cosmetics. You know what I'm saying? I can't help you with coffee. I'm not going to feed into your addiction because, man, you is obsessed with coffee. No, I ain't, man. No, I ain't. I said, you is, man. You can't go without coffee, dog. I said, if you can go a day without coffee, I'll give you 10 bags of coffee. I will order you 10 bags of coffee off of my money and give it to you if you could go a whole day without coffee. For real, man. For real, man. I'm going to do that. I need that. I need that 10 bags of coffee. I'm going to do that. I said, I'm ready. Whenever you ready. When you want to stop. Well, we ain't got to stop. Let me drink a cup. Let me drink. And he grab it. He want to drink a cup. He can't stop. He drank the cup, and then I said, you ready? We gonna stop right now. You can't drink no more. Whole day, 24 hours. Oh man, that 10 bag, man. That's a long time, though, man. Let me start tomorrow. Can I start tomorrow? That's how he is. He can't, and he never did it because he couldn't do it. The only way that he would be able to do it if he was locked up in a hole and couldn't get none. You see what I'm saying? So that's how strong his addiction was. Trade off trades for coffee. You know, trade off personal items for coffee. You know, he would trade anything for coffee because coffee was the most important thing to him. Coffee was what soothed him the most. Coffee what gave him the most, you know what I'm saying, serene peace in his life when he can drink coffee. And he'll drink it back to back. That man would sit there and fix a cup of coffee and drink it, and as soon as he hit the bottom of the cup, he'll be in that joint like, good too, boy. Coffee good, man. I gotta fix me another cup. And get up and go do, and he'll do that back to back to back to back. And I would just look at him sometime and be like, you for real, man? He'd be like, man, good, man. Coffee good. And he loved it so much that if we couldn't get outside or we on lock and we couldn't get no hot water, nothing, and the water that come out of the sink is never hot enough, he would drink it with warm water. He would drink it with cold water. I used to joke him sometimes, say, man, you would eat that coffee, man, and we ain't had no water. You would eat that coffee raw, man, just to get, no, man, go ahead, man. You funny, man. I said, no, I'm dead serious, bro. You would eat that coffee, man. No, man, I don't do no stuff like that, man. Come on, man. come on, man, you ain't giving me enough credit now, man. You ain't giving me enough credit. I said, Keith, I'm telling you the truth, man. Bro, you got a problem with this coffee, man. No, man, I like coffee, man. I like it. I ain't gonna lie, I like it, man. But I ain't like that, though, man. Come on, man. I ain't like you like that. You beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I remember he had beef with a dude, man. The dude was mad with him because he owed dude a couple of bags of coffee. But when he get his commissary, his money messed up, and he not gonna be able to get the amount of coffee he need to last him until he go back to the store. If he get the dude the coffee that he want, because you could only get a limit of coffee and won't nobody willing to buy none for him. So instead of trying to pay the dude the coffee, he tried to pay the dude some of his commissary. Like I told you, he would rather drink coffee than eat. The dude ain't want the commissary, he wanted the coffee because the coffee was his hustle. He could flip the coffee faster and more profitable than he could the food. So he telling Keith, I don't want this, I want my coffee, that's what I gave you. So Keith is like, I ain't got it, but he got it, but he don't want to give it up. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't no fighter by no means, he ain't gonna bust a grape. Now he'll talk a good game. He'll talk a good game like a lot of dudes in prison. He'll talk that gangster talk, killer talk, cause he from Richmond, so he got a lot of homeboys up there. And I told y'all them Richmond mobs be deep. But they ain't fooling with Keith like that, cause Keith old school. He you know, low maintenance. He don't nobody really know him like that. They always look at him like a happy older guy that's his homeboy. But they ain't gonna go to war for him. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't what he gonna tell you. When you oppose him or get in his face, something, he'll be like, man, he got a mean talk game. If you ain't know him, boy, you be shook up. He be like, man, no, man, I ain't gonna fight you. I'm gonna holler at my homeboys, man. I got a mean team. Woo, wait, I go downstairs. I tell them boys from the you up here messing with they big homeboy. Man, woo, boy, they gonna be on you. I'm talking about, yeah, they gonna be on you tomorrow. Yeah. He ain't got nobody. He ain't got nobody that's gonna come at him like that, but he got me though, cause he my selling. And I'm not gonna let you harm him, I'm not gonna let you do nothing to him. And I think for the most part, most dudes know that. So when the dude or the cop dude wanted to smack him, you know what I'm saying? A grown 60-something, you ain't smacking no grown man like that, man. Let alone a smaller dude like that. You're not gonna take advantage of him and make an example out of him to tell the next people when you owe me some money, this what will happen to you, because that's what dudes do, try to make an example out of dude. I won't let that happen to him, period. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm, perturbed with him, I'm mad with him because you putting yourself in these dumb situations all over some coffee. But I'm letting the dude know, look, man, I'm gonna get you the coffee, but look, you ain't gonna put your hands on the dude. You know, no, man, he know better. He know better. He older dude, man. He know better, man. He don't get my coffee, man. I'm gonna smack him. I said, no, you're not. No, you're not. You gonna get your coffee, bro, but you not gonna smack him, dog, straight up. And it ain't like he ain't paying you. He give, now, man, you know the game, Banky, man. You run a store. You don't give me what you want to give me. You give me what you owe me. He not going to mess my store box up, trick my I said, bro, you going to get the coffee. I'm just telling you, don't be walking around here talking about you going to smack the man or nothing like that, man, because that ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know it's not going to happen. But don't be going around putting dirt on the man's name like he don't pay his bills, then he won't be able to borrow nothing from nobody else. He going to pay you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes will try to slander your name too and make sure nobody want to buy it, don't want to loan you nothing because they figure, man, you hard paying or they're going to have trouble out you. So they're going to try to avoid that beef if they can. Not that they scared of you because they don't want to go to jail. They don't want to lose their investment. They don't want to lose their store neither. Let alone, go to jail over a bag of coffee when you got hundreds of bags of coffee coming in every week. That's asinine. But dudes do it because that's the principle of running the store by. When somebody don't pay you, you got to be willing to step out there on front line and handle your business. And whatever it costs you, it costs you. But it will also send a message for the next time anybody else want to play with your money, so they'll think twice about messing with your money. You see what I'm saying? Corona. So, yeah, I straighten that out for him. And I scream on him myself. I get on him. I say, Keith, you got to cut this foolishness out, man. I know, man. I know. I messed up, man. I messed up. But he got the coffee right there in his locker, but he refused to give it up. He willing to get hurt before he give up that coffee. That's how much it means to him. That's how much it done got in his system. And he, like I told you, he'll go out there every day and ask dudes for coffee. Everybody in the pod, I don't think it's a dude in the pod that drank coffee that Keith ain't asked. And that's real talk. Dudes used to joke me all the time, man, your cellar is on that coffee. He asked everybody, white people, black people, Puerto Ricans, anybody he see with a cup, he'll be like, yeah, hey man, how you doing today, man? What's up? You all right? Yeah. Hey, you got another shot of coffee? That's his whole angle. That's his whole hustle, you know. But then when he get it, he don't want to drink all this because, like I say, he drank it all day, every day. He would get coffee. Now, since he asks people for coffee, they feel compelled that they can comfortable enough to ask him when they ain't got none. But he don't want to give his up because he need it. So he will open a bag of coffee and start drinking out the bag of coffee, be hiding it from himself in the cell. So when he go out on the block and he know he gonna be out there in Pod Rec for an hour or 2 hours or something, he might can't get back in the cell like he won't. He'll put a little piece of coffee in a little napkin and roll it up and put it in the shirt pocket, right? He'll take the bag of coffee, fold it up. You can't make this stuff up, people. And put it in his sock and pull his pants leg down and be out there drinking coffee. And in case somebody asks him for something, he'll say, I ain't got number one shot left, man. I ain't got number one shot left. And then when he finished drinking his cup, he'll go over there and act like he using that to get his cup. But he'll go inside the shower when ain't nobody in there, go in his sock, pull out the coffee, get a spoon and put something in his cup, fold it back up, put it back in his sock, come back out and act like he used that one shot that was in his shirt pocket. So when everybody asks for coffee, he'll say the same thing, but they'll see him drinking coffee all day and he'll be acting like they don't know the game he playing. They don't know what he doing. He thinking he's slicker than everybody else, but they all looking at him like, don't ask me for no more coffee, man, because you got coffee, man, but you tell me you ain't got but one shot in your pocket, but every time I look, you drinking a hot new cup. No, man. No, this the same cup. This the same cup. You been out here for 30 minutes. That ain't no same cup. Yeah, before it was all over with, man, almost everybody in the pod knew he was running game with that coffee. Everybody knew, you know, he thought he was doing something slick, but everybody knew all he was doing was angling at getting some coffee. I'm telling you, when a new person come in that pod, Keith is just watching them just to see if they drink coffee. He just to see if they break out some coffee, and he gonna go right there and there and try to be cool with them. Hey, what's up, big dog? What's up, big dog? Where you come from? Come from another pod. Yeah, okay, yeah. What's up? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see you drink coffee too. Yeah, I drink it too, man. I drink it too. Yeah. You got a shot? You got a shot right now? Yeah, let me get a shot. And that's all he want to do. That's all he want to do. He want to make sure he got his coffee plugs everywhere so he could always drink coffee. But he don't want to give out that coffee, and because he can't go without it. And it's been rare times, man, or we go on lockdown. Man, he be so nervous, man. He be trying to get coffee. He'll even buy coffee knowing that he ain't got no money coming till the next store day, but he'll borrow because he know we get ready to go on lock and know he can't even pay it. You know what I'm saying? But he'll put himself in no position and hope that people have mercy on him. And that part used to really, piss me off because I'm going to be the one that always going to look out for him, and I'm going to be the one always going to take up for him because I won't let nobody hurt him. But like I told you, we in prison. Dudes have no mercy. They'll hurt you anyway. They don't care that you old. They don't care that you small. All they care about is the bottom line, their money. And plus they care about keeping face, saving face. Don't let nobody take nothing from them. Those are the laws of the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? And he would always do that and put himself in harm's way for some coffee, man. Some coffee. And I'm telling y'all, he harmless. You know what I'm saying? He's straight harmless. But when you're talking about playing with somebody's money in prison, they don't care. And there's no mercy in there. And had I not been around him, man, and other dudes, it took a liking to him even when I left. Because when I left, I ended up telling dude, man, look out for Keith, man. Make sure nobody do nothing to Keith, man. And dudes look out for him, but other than that, man, he'd have been hurt because some dudes don't care nothing about that. All they care about is they want their money. And, you know, don't play with that money. And I used to try to reiterate that to him right before I left, man. Keith, stop playing with people money about that coffee, man. Somebody gonna hurt you. I know, man. I just don't be wanting to be without no coffee, man. I can't be with him. He make all them old strange faces look like he the evilest dude in the world. I don't want to be without that coffee, man. I need that coffee, man. You know, and he need it. You know what I'm saying? I was joking with him last night when I was talking. I said, boy, you come out here, boy, you gonna live in Starbucks, boy. he said, they got a lot of coffee, man. They got a lot of coffee, man. They got a lot of coffee. I said, yeah, they got a whole lot of coffee. That's all they got. It's coffee, man. You gonna live. He said, I wouldn't they high. I want to get a job there, man. Drink coffee free all day. I said, boy, you is crazy with it, you know. But that's just how it is in there, man. When you start talking about that type of stuff, man, you get dudes that get those type of obsessions, those type of addictions, and they just as worse as drug addictions. Because any addiction you got in prison besides trying to get out, trying to get to your freedom, is a bad addiction. You know, because you can't sustain nothing in prison because nothing is guaranteed in prison. You ain't guaranteed to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't guaranteed to go to the store. You ain't guaranteed to have money on the book. They'll shut all of that down. You can't even make no plans in prison. You can't even make no preparations to do nothing because you don't know what the administration gonna do the next day. They can shut everything down. They can ship you up off the camp. You can have 20 people owe you money and they come tell you today, pack up your stuff, and it ain't even stored. Them dudes can't even come up with the money to pay you. So you got to leave that debt with somebody else and hope that they can get paid. So it's nothing guaranteed in prison, man, not even your life, you know. So getting habits in prison is a bad habit within itself. Any habit is a bad habit in prison, bro. Besides breathing and trying to obtain your freedom. That's the only two good habits you need in prison. You know, and staying in shape. Because you don't know when the war coming, but you know it might come. You know, it might come. So you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, man. But yeah, man, shout out to old Keith, man. I hope he get out soon. He's supposed to be going up for parole soon. And I'm surely going to bring him to y'all. I need y'all to see him so y'all can see how good my impression is of him. Y'all get a look at him. And I promise you during that time, he probably going to have a cup of coffee in his hand, you know what I'm saying, talking to y'all. But he is a good dude, man, real good dude, and I'm praying for him. I hope he get out. You know, I don't even see why they hold him. They dragging him for real. He ain't no threat to nobody, nowhere. And only probably a threat to is probably, like I say, Starbucks or Wawa's, you know, for, what you call that, what you call it, laundering. Laundering on their property, because he gonna want that coffee, man. Oh, you can believe that. But it's a habit that I don't know if he'll break, man, because like I said, it's so strong for him. And it done got to him physically now, whereas when he don't drink it, he physically get headaches and get sick and get in a low mood, you know what I'm saying, low energy. So, yeah, man, hopefully he get out soon. I'll bring him to y'all. But there's many other stories about coffee, man. Y'all let me know if y'all want to know about it. I'll go back to this because, like I said, I've seen dudes get that Bethlehem over coffee. I've seen dudes get, you know, rumbling over coffee. You know, get lip bust, teeth knocked out, you know, head split with the lock in the sock. All over coffee. All over coffee. You can hold a dude a yellow bag of coffee and try to give him a blue bag and a couple of dollars. He don't want it. Nah, man, go get that yellow bag, man. No, I ain't give you that. Nah, I ain't, no, man, but I'm giving you this and I'm giving you something. I don't care. I want the yellow bag, man. That's what I gave you. And it'll pop off. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Coffee, man. John Coffee. Yeah, it's bigger than the Michael Clark Duncan in prison. That's how big coffee is, man. So, anyway, I just wanted to drop that on y'all real fast. Trying to get my energy back, man, get used to talking, you know, breathing well and everything. Trying to shake this COVID, you know. It's coming up off me one way or another. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I'll be back at y'all in a minute, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. And if you drink coffee, man, drink it responsibly, man. You know, control the coffee. Don't let the coffee control you. You know, with that being said, man, I'll see y'all next time, man. Duck that hook, man. And sometimes the coffee is the hook, too. Bing!
coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.